So for example, if I have a simple fraction, let's say it is 2 out of 5. Okay, so 5, I can express it into 10. Okay, by multiplying by 2. Multiplying by 2, I get 4 out of 10. Okay, and 4 out of 10, I'll put it in the 10th place. I will get 0.4. Okay, what happens if I have a mixed number? Okay, so let's say I have one whole, 3 out of 4. Okay, so if you know your special numbers, okay, so for 4, I will multiply by 25 to get 100. So I will leave the whole number there. Okay, so I'll get 1 whole. Okay, 25 times 3 is 75 out of 100, and my decimal will be 1.75. Okay, so what happens if I have an improper fraction? Let's say I have 7 out of 2. Okay, so there are two ways to do it. One way, I can change it into a mixed number first. So 7 out of 2 is actually 3.5. Okay, so 3.5 you actually know is 3.5, but if you want to convert to the fraction with the 10 denominator, okay, I will multiply by 5. It's actually 3 whole. 5 out of 10, so I get 3.5. Okay, so the other way, if I don't want, okay, I want to use the improper fraction, I can do it also. So I will just take 7 out of 2, I multiply by 5, multiply by 5, I get 35 out of 10. And 35 out of 10, I put 5 in the 10th place, and 3 will go to the 1's place, so I also get 3.5. Okay, can? So with that, I'm going to move on to the next part, which is the addition and subtraction of decimals. Okay, so addition and subtraction of decimals, I believe none of you should have any problems. So just let me give you a reminder. So you need to actually put them in the correct place value. So common mistake is, let's say I have 3.5. Okay, I want to add 4.02. Okay, so common mistake, people will actually add 4.02 plus 3.5. Okay, like this. Okay, so which is wrong. Okay, because you actually need to align your decimal place, so you should have 4.02. Okay, so place them in the correct place value. I should get this, and my answer is 7.52. Okay, so the same goes for subtraction. Okay, I need to align them and make sure that they are in the correct place value. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to move on to multiplication of decimals. Okay, so if I multiply decimals, the same thing. So there is one common mistake. So let's use back the same decimal. I have 7.52. Okay, I want to multiply by 4. Okay, so common mistake will be, okay, pupils will multiply. Okay, 2 times 4 is 8, 5 times 4 is 20. I regroup. Okay, and 7 times 4 is 28, plus 2 is 30. Okay, so this is the correct one. Common mistake is pupils will miss out the decimal point and actually write down 3008, which is wrong. Okay, so I should have 30.08. You must bring down the decimal point. Okay, so this is 30.08. Okay, let's move on to division. Division, I have a bit more to cover because of the rounding off of answers. Okay, so if I have a simple division, let's say I have 8.32, I want to divide by 2. Okay, so this one no problem, you do your long division. So I just put 8.32, I divide by 2. Okay, so when you do your working, you do not need to put the decimal point. so only at your answer you put a decimal point. So 8 divided by 2, I have 4. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8, I minus 8. Okay, then I bring down the 3/10. Okay, so 3 divided by 2, don't forget your decimal point. I have 1 times 2 is 2. And I bring down remainder 1, I have 12. So 6 times 2 is 12, I minus 12, I get 0. Okay, so it's 4.16. Okay, so there are two types. One is I continue to divide until I get no more remainder. The other one would be they ask you to express to a certain decimal place. Okay, let me give you an example. For example, I want you to take 14 divide by 3. Okay, and I want the answer, okay, to be expressed to one decimal place. Okay, so what happens is when you want to round off to one decimal place, you need two decimal places in order to round off. Okay, so when I take 14 divide by 3, I will make sure I put 2 more decimal places to divide so that I can round off. So 14 divided by 3, I have 4, I minus 12, I get 20, and after that I have 6 minus 18, I get 20 also. So I have another 6, I minus 18, I get 2, and I stop here. Okay, don't need to continue anymore. So I round this off to one decimal place is 4.7. Okay, and same thing goes what happens if I want it to two decimal places. Okay, so I'm going to use the same equation. Okay, so 14 divided by 3, but now I want two decimal places. So in order to round off to two decimal places, I need 3 decimal places. So I take 14, I ensure that there are 3 decimal places, 0.000, I divide by 3. So the same thing goes, 4 times 3 is 12, I minus 12, I get a remainder of 2, don't forget your decimal point. 20 divided by 3 is 6 minus 18, same thing, I get a remainder of 2, continue, I bring down to 0, I have 6 times 3 is 18, I get a remainder of 2 again, and I have to continue with one more place value. So I bring down the 0, I have 6 again, I minus 18. Okay, so now I stop here with the remainder 2. Okay, so 4.666, I round off to 2 decimal place is 4.67. Okay, and these are all the things that you need to know to help you cover your recall work. Okay, so I'm going to move on, okay, to your workbook. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Okay, I believe question 1 you shouldn't have any problem. Okay, so let's move on to question 2. So question 2, let me remind you again, I want to see all your working. So I want to see your 0.4. Okay, I'll encourage you to add a 0 at the back. Okay, so as to ensure that it is in the correct place value. Okay, so I want to see your working like this. Okay, and the next page. Okay, same thing for subtraction. I want to see your working, okay, in the blank, all neatly done. Okay, same for multiplication. Okay, and page 3. Okay, so page 3 is the one you have to take note, okay, because they actually ask you to leave your answer to like one decimal place, okay, and 2 decimal places. Okay, so same thing, I want to see your working, and please check whether you have the correct number of decimal places before you divide. Okay, So for example, A I think is fine. So for B is 14 divided by 9. They want one decimal place. So in order to round off, I need two decimal places. So I should see 14.00 divided by 9. Okay. So the rest you go and try yourself. Okay, and the last page, this one. Okay, same thing, I want to see your workings. Okay, so for example, 8 out of 25, I want to express it as decimals. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by 4, multiply by 4. Okay, I should see this. Okay, and not just your answers. Okay, then express your decimal here. Okay, so same thing for decimal into fraction. So 3.25, I have 3.25 out of 100. Okay, how do I know it's out of 100? Just for revision again. Okay, because this is the 10th place and this is the 100th place. Okay, always go back to your place value chart to check. Okay, so with that, this one I can put it, go and simplify your fraction. Okay, 25 and 100 can be divided by 5. Okay, so complete all these 4 pages, and after that take a snapshot and either WhatsApp or email to me, okay, by tomorrow. Okay.